come around behind us and set up for their start. And here they are on the takeoff roll right now. This is Harvey Meek in the lead. On the left wing, Paul Hornick. On the right wing, Dave Monroe. Ladies and gentlemen, the Aerostars formation aerobatic team. We got some music for them. Boy, we sure do. Go get them. Now they're going to circle around to the right, I believe, come in from behind us. They're flying the Yak-52 TW aerobatic aircraft. The Team Aerostar has been flying this since the beginning. This Russian-designed radial engine trainer was conceived in the early 1970s. Remember, don't hustle out of here this afternoon. The Patuxent River Naval Air Museum is going to be open extra late for you, and you'd probably like to go in and see some of the airplanes that have tested here, and including the F-35, which they have the mock-up of that in the museum, and you'd like to get up close to that and see what it really looks like. All right, looking out to the left, Harvey Meek leads Paul Hornick and Dave Monroe into the demonstration area, into our aerobatic box here in front of us. Preparing for the downward bound burst. From high overhead, the Aerostars perform a three-quarter loop to a downward burst, and watch closely as numbers 2 and 3 depart and fly opposing aerobatic maneuvers. Over the top, the leader says, ready, roll, and brake. Paul Hornick and Dave Monroe, opposite sides into the line here, and they are performing a 1/2 Cuban up over the top. Down comes the nose with a half roll, back right side up, and they'll pass each other at over 450 miles an hour. We have a sign language interpreter in the media tent, and I will apologize at this time to the sign language interpreter. My speech pattern may be a little bit tough to sign. I'm telling you that because I have a knack for adding a sentence in the middle of a sentence, and it becomes a little hard to follow. But I'm hoping that I don't stay too far ahead of you. Thank you very much for doing this. We're signing in the media tent, so if you are hearing impaired, I'm already wearing hearing aids, and I've lost all the high end, but fortunately I don't have to worry about losing it all just yet. Back from the loop to your right side of the roundhouse loop in a tight big formation. As they go up, you'll notice the wingmen are overlapped by 4 feet over the leader's wing. Also, the wingmen have these big propellers up in front, and you don't want to go eating into the boss's wingtip, because it makes an awful lot of noise. The airplanes that fly very funny. You don't want that. Re-entering from the left side, they're going to maintain this little V formation, or Vic. I swear that the name of Vic formation is a British term. So I've heard the British use it, and I've also heard the Canadians use it. But the Vic formation coming in from the left side, they're going to perform a barrel roll. Watch as the leader and the 2 wingmen rise as one and roll to the right. And roll all the way through this beautiful maneuver. As these airplanes are performing formation aerobatics, they're working at airspeeds around 220 miles an hour. And you get more airspeed, more energy, by starting downhill. Now you watch this time as the Vic formation changes to a line abreast. As they come back from the right side, they're going to prepare to perform a line abreast loop. In this maneuver, the 2 wingmen will move up to fly a beam of the leader, and they have to turn their head 90 degrees from their line of flight to hold a position on the leader. This is one of the toughest maneuvers to fly. So let's just watch the line abreast loop. going to fly another line abreast loop later on, and you will see them change formations as they're in the midst of the loop. Back into the Vic formation. They'll come back to the left side and prepare for the breakaway cross. Watch how this maneuver develops. It begins with a half loop, with a quarter roll coming down. The team will make a crossing break followed by a head-on air pass between the two wingmen. Yeah, you like that, right? Okay, and they're rounding out that circle, and we'll see as they're going to meet right here at the center point. Is that pretty? Now, Harvey Meek and Paul Hornick are going to rejoin out here and come back in here as they prepare for the flip and the flop maneuver. Okay, our two performers, the lead and number 2 are on the left side. Dave Monroe is out on the right now. Watch how they come in and roll in the flip and flop maneuver in close trail formation. His military career, where he accumulated 2,500 hours in fighters and training jets. He has over 24 years of flying experience. Dedication for, I gotta stand up because I gotta see this. Wait a minute. I want to look back here. How many sweethearts do we have in the crowd today? How many real lovers do we have in the crowd? Hold up your hand. Hold up your hand over here on the left side. Hold up your hand. How many lovers, how many sweethearts? All right. I want you to watch because this is dedicated to you. As the two airplanes come together here in front of us, they go vertical and the leader calls smoke on roll. And there is the break, and I want you to watch as the two airplanes across the sky will cross at the bottom right here at center point. And once they do, oh, you finally got it, right? Here is the number 3 airplane drawing a Cupid's arrow through the great big heart in the sky. Now, did you like it? Was that nice? Yeah. Paul Hornick, the left wing, has over 6,000 hours of flight time, ranging from a Piper Cub to an Airbus A300. Man, you could put a Piper Cub inside an Airbus A300 and lose it. Paul is currently flying a Gulfstream G200 domestically and internationally. That is like flying a luxurious office around. So we're going to bring him back here into the tight Vic formation, where now they just have to sort of watch us. They'll watch Harvey, and they're going to fly in another very tight Vic loop. Watch. Dave Monroe out on the right wing, grew up in an airline family. Yeah, it never fails. We've lined up with so many people who were pilots and grew up in families with pilots. Both my brothers are pilots, my dad, my grandfather. So naturally, I had to fly or they're going to point the finger at me. Well, Dave grew up in an airline family and it's kind of paid off. He's a Boeing 767 international captain. He is a Czech airman, certified flight instructor, and advanced aerobatic competition pilot with over 23,000 hours of flying time. Back into this line of rest formation as they are going to rise as one, and as they come over the top, you watch as Harvey Meek calls the transformation back into the Vic. There they go as they come over the top, float through the V. where each one of the airplanes backs off and it's playing follow the leader. They're now going to that, but they are going to tie the smoke engine on to actually make a cage out of it. Isn't that some kind of pretty all the way around? Look at it. Man, that is perfectly symmetrical. Look at the smoke and the way it's just hanging there. And if you missed it that time, we'll do it again from the left. Oh my goodness, look at this. We got more water. Good. I don't have to ration this anymore. That's gin? Wait a minute. Okay, bringing it back now. Watch. Boy, round and round she goes. Don't you just love it? This is one of my favorite things. I'd love to see precision, and the Twinkie roll is got to be it. You watch as the lead aircraft comes by inverted, and while Harvey Meek is upside down, the two wingmen remain right side up, Paul Hornick and Dave Monroe. Now watch this roll as they get reorganized. The Twinkie roll. They're going to come around and do a photo pass. If you'd like to take a picture, it is your opportunity. They're going to be right down low when they come by, and we'll invite you to take all the pictures you want. As they come back, I want to thank the Aerostars, proud sponsors of their program here, and we'll start off with MT Propeller, RC Allen, the Z-Vision, Byron Bang, Easy Heat engine heaters, Sennheiser headset, and Canada Insurance. The team members Harvey Meek, Paul Hornick, and Dave Monroe. They have done a beautiful job today. May I ask you, how do you enjoy the air show so far today? Yeah. Well, good. And I don't have to worry about the tar and feathers I saw out back. Okay. So in just a few minutes, you are going to see a guy that makes everybody jealous. Why is that, Frank? Because there was a joke one time, a lot of years ago, matter of fact, it was a Woody Allen thing. And the guy said that the head of the New York school system was the man that everybody was jealous of, the head of the New York school system, because he had his own nuclear bomb. It was a lot of years ago, and you got to know the New York school system a lot of years ago. This is a guy who's going to be flying for us out here, Art Knowles, who spent a lot of time here in the service. This is the only man in the world, the only person, male or female, in the world who owns his own Harrier. It's a Sea Harrier. Sea Harrier is a British version of the Harrier. It is faster than an AV-8B Harrier flown by the Marine Corps. And you are going to see it fly out here in just a little bit. Art Knowles, a native of Northern Virginia, born and raised in Fairfax County. 1976, he graduated with merit from the United States Naval Academy, commissioned a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. And after he went through the usual Marine Corps thing, where they have to learn battlefield tactics like the Grunt Marines, he went to Pensacola. And he soloed the T-28 with only 28 hours of total flying time. And then he went to fly T-2C Buckeyes and TA-4J Skyhawks, and he carrier qualified received his wings of gold in 1979, landing aboard the USS Lexington, one of my favorite old ships.